How's it going, my YouTube friends? Hopefully you're all having a fantastic Thursday today. And today, believe it or not, is my birthday. Yeah, I know. I can't believe it either. I am that old. But anyways, I wanted to come on here. I haven't live streamed in such a very long time, so I'm still kind of iffy on it, especially with my OBS working and making sure my microphone sounds good and all the settings are not the same as they were before. I think the last time that I ever live streamed was back in April or June. Hey, Joanna, thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I truly appreciate that. And I can't wait to see all my YouTube friends. I know it's been such a very long time, and I apologize for that because my last video was me chopping off all my hair. So it's a little bit longer since the last video of me chopping it off, but I am here. And I wanted to say hello and take a little bit of my time out of my birthday to say hello to all my friends. I will be trying to make more videos as I go. I have been neglecting it very much so, and I apologize. But I have been going to garage sales. I have been buying from a wholesale type of company on eBay, or for eBay, I should say. I cleaned up the background, as you can see. I took a lot of the big items on eBay and actually sent it into Amazon FBA, which makes it a whole lot easier to deal with, because then I don't have to ship it out myself, because nobody wants to deal with that. I have a lot more game related content that's going to be coming out for all my gaming friends that are out there. I have to get back on my Discord to see how that's all going, because I've been neglecting it, so I truly apologize for that. But I am here, and I did want to say hello to everyone. I really do miss YouTube. I miss making my videos. My camera is getting really irritated because it's cold, and it's used to being super hot and always filming my stuff. So thank you so much for welcoming me back. Joanna, make sure if you subscribe, make sure you subscribe. That would be really cool of you if you haven't already. That really does help my channel and helps me, give me the initiative to continue on here and make my videos here. So I truly appreciate that. Plus, you get a cool little like thing that pops up when you subscribe if my OBS is working, my Streamlabs. If you haven't already subscribed, then when you do, and your notifications are on, for letting me see that you notifications are on to see that you have subscribed, it'll do a cool little like zombie or something on my face. I'm pretty sure. Again, I haven't been on here for such a very long time. I appreciate all the patience of every single one of you. It's just one of those things where you just, YouTube and social media really just kind of gets to you over time. And for me, it really did. So I took a little bit of time, as I keep repeating, because I am trying to figure out, I think it's not modules, but should be some cool things that pop up here. Let me go over to my good friend Mike's channel, or his Discord, and do some self-promotion of my stream, because some of them haven't been on here in a while, and I just want to give them the heads up, because I'm going to try and start getting on here much more frequently, because I do enjoy the live streams, but it just, when I'm up here, I'm like, yeah, I'll do just an hour, just 1 hour, and then that 1 hour turns into 3 hours, and then 3 hours turn into, I'm up until, oh, I don't know, 1 in the morning doing my live stream stuff. So I don't really want to be doing that. Let's get this going. Hopefully everyone has been having a fantastic week. I know school has been started, And in my state, we start school, well, my district, we start school August 14th. So that's Wednesday coming up. I know some schools have already started, and I know a lot of my awesome friends on YouTube go to school in high school and middle school, and some people are going back to college and things like that. So that's always kind of an exciting thing to go back to school. Some people dread it, some people love it, some people are like, whatever. I was the one that kind of was in between the whatever and the one that really, really loved it, because I enjoyed being around a lot of people, which seems weird because my current job, I'm not around a lot of people anymore. But it's like, I'm kind of like, I want to go see my friends. I guess they really weren't my friends, but it kind of gave me something to do because I had a job, but I didn't really want to work mornings and things like that. So that was just kind of an indifferent thing, if that makes sense. You too, Joanna? Did you like school when you went back, or did you hate school, or were you kind of in between? Because I've heard it around from a whole bunch of different people, that some people loved it, some people hated it, some people were kind of indifferent. I was in between. Yeah, I mean, I liked it because, like I just said, is because I was able to be around old friends and things like that. So that was really cool. I'm currently here trying to see if I can find my little... Oh, there it is. Test widgets. Took me a second. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I tested my microphone. I put some suppressors on it. I know it's kind of not the best microphone. Some people like to disagree and agree, saying it's the best microphone. It's okay. I'd rather have a Sennheiser, but I'm not doing this professionally. If I did, then I would probably spend the $200-300 on a Sennheiser. But you got to work with what you got, and I put a noise suppression, a noise gate, and a compressor. So hopefully that sounds very, very crystal clear. My gain is very low-ish, so it's not picking up all the lovely computer noises, the beep boop beep beep pop noises, you know what I mean? You think I sound good? I appreciate that. Thank you. Do I have that radio voice, or do I have that radio face? You let me know. I don't know yet. We will have to see. But I want to try and find here. This is what a subscriber looks like. If my test it exactly like that. So if you are not subscribed and you're watching me right now, make sure you hit that subscription button, and hopefully I will be doing more and more live streams or more videos. I'm not sure what people like more. Live streams are a lot easier, and it's more of a one-on-one conversation with everybody that I know. But when I make a video, that's more where I can put in a little more creativity, but it also takes a lot longer because I have to edit it. And it takes a very long time to edit some of these videos, especially when I go to garage sales and things like that. But I am going to go on a trip very soon. I'm going to probably I might take this little guy, because this one is the most cold and freezing. Almost every live stream, if you don't know who I am, I always bring up cameras of some sort because I kind of like, my cameras. I have those all set up, but I'm probably going to take this little guy maybe, and show you all around town and garage sales. Garage sales, I'm not too sure if I want to film that. I might film the items that I find. It's going to be in a different state. You will have to stay tuned. I cannot live stream unless I am in the hotel with the Wi-Fi with my computer, because I do not have 1,000 subscribers yet, which is the big ordeal on YouTube now, where you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream from your phone or another device instead of a computer or laptop or something like that, which I think that's not fair. But I can always hotspot my phone and do it on my computer if I'm in the car or wherever I am. But sadly, I don't want to bring my big computer around to garage sales and live stream that way. Even if I had a GoPro with Wi-Fi on it, sadly I still can't use it because somehow YouTube knows that I cannot live stream from things like that. But yes, I will probably get back into it. I have so many ideas about like video game things that I have bought. I haven't done any videos like that. I kind of want to change up my channel a little bit. I'm sure not too many people are going to be too upset. I don't know. I think I showed you a while back that I actually purchased one of my childhood favorite game console type things. Hey, Michael Spear, thank you so much for the happy birthday. I appreciate that. I know that you probably were over at my Can't Games channel, and I tune in every once in a while. I shouldn't apologize, but I still apologize that I haven't been live in a very long time. Sometimes social media kind of gets to you, and it really shouldn't, but for me, it really did. So I'm here. I wanted to take a little time out of my birthday day and update everybody that I am alive and well, and I do miss every single one of you. Greninja, all those, I can't even think of all of them on the top of my head. Don't apologize. I understand. I am very glad that this community that I have created, that have joined me in this are very, very understanding, because it's just frustrating, you know? My business doesn't do well. All July was very, very bad for me. Low sales. Not too much going on. If I had a lot of money going, I would probably go camping or something like that. But I think we overthink summer activities, if that makes sense. Because when we were kids, we just went and did things. You know, we went to the park, we went to the pool, we had our parents take us there because that was the thing to do. Now that we get older, I think we have expectations that we need to go on a vacation, need to go swimming, need to go camping, need to go on a road trip. And I think that expectation really does affect people very, very much so. And we shouldn't have those expectations, because you can do any of that the majority of the year, just not during winter. And since I'm in the Midwest, wintertime feels like 9 months out of the year when it's only like three or 4 months. Very true. We overthink and overplan everything. Very, very true. And when we do overplan everything, sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. So that's why we have to just relax and just let things go, you know? That's a bummer to hear, but you got to do what you need to do. It sucks when you got to pay the bills. You sometimes get stuck on the grind and not realize it. Yeah, that's very true, especially with a business. My business, I'm thinking about actually picking up a second job and going that way. So, happy birthday! We're on day 7 of our road trip. Nice. 127 very nice yard sales. And here in Central Illinois, visiting my mom, going yard sailing my own hometown on Friday. Very, very cool couple of pickers. I haven't talked to you guys in a very long time, so hopefully you're doing well. It looks like you are, but 7 days, that sounds nice. You're almost in my town. I'm probably going to pass you because I'm actually heading out to Indiana. So I'm going to drive right past Central Illinois. I think maybe I'm in West Illinois. Close to West Illinois. I don't know. I'm in central-ish Missouri, and then Illinois is like 40-50 minutes away, and then you cross the river, and then there's like Belleville, and then a whole bunch of other like well-known cities, if you're familiar with that. But that is awesome. Hopefully you found some great... Springfield, okay, so northern, I consider it northern, but it is more central because we're more south-ish. Nebraska, hey, that you probably have some nice weather year-round-ish, kind of. We're all like Midwestern type of people. About 30 miles. Yeah, that's not too bad. So, if you're going to come out to Missouri, fine, have at it. But I will say the Goodwills out here, the ones in my area, are complete garbage. I haven't found anything for the past 2 months that are like big heavy hitters. if that makes sense. Maybe $3 to make 50 at most, which is that's okay. But I mean, it's not the best. And then I actually had my very own garage sale, which I wasn't very happy about because I had to sell off things that were like duds or bad buys. But I bought these like power strips, and there were 6 little spots for a power strip that you plug into your outlet. And I think I bought 150, and I thought I was gonna make $1,100 on that on Amazon, but they sent them back to me for some reason. So I just sold them for $2 to $4. I think I paid $5. So overall at the garage sale, I made 140, which sounds like a lot for a garage sale, but when I invested maybe 600 to 800 on it, it's not all that much. I appreciate that. I guess it was impressive. I mean, 240, 260 is not too bad, but that's money I didn't have before and less junk in my house. But I did want to say 2 things. Our cargo van is 3/4 full right now and still got room though. Hey, that's very good. Where are you next going? I can't talk. How many more places are you going to be going? If that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I need to have a drink. Wait 1 second. Awesome. I really like this setup, man. I miss this. This is so much fun. It's like I got to get my feet wet again on how this works. Sales Friday, then that's it. Home on Sunday to Florida. Well, that's not too bad of a drive. I think that's like maybe 8 hours to get home to Florida, but that's a nice haul. I'm sure for a cargo van, 3/4 full, I'm sure you found good like little gems and things like that. And I think garage sales are actually the way to go to buy anything. If you're a reseller or if you're just an average Joe, get out there and just find things, because I think I went to, which I can always go, I can't really remember everything I found, but I did find a pop figure that I believe sold for $80, and I got it for $5, but I listed it high, which is what I usually do, and then I slowly creep it down. Junk Girl, thank you so much for the happy birthday cake. I think that's a cake. Yes, that is a cake. It looks like a stack of pancakes on here and looks like a cake over there. So guys, cakey thing. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me. I haven't been on here in a very long time. I know I shouldn't apologize, but I'm back. I'm gonna try my very, very darnest to try and live stream as much as I can, or at least shoot out some videos. I think to be honest, I think I got discouraged because I had like 200 subscribers or something like that, and I was just really trying to get 1,000 because I have over 100 videos, and it's just frustrating that over 100 videos and not even 300 subscribers. But hey, PewDiePie was excited about 100 subscribers. Now he's almost at 100 million subscribers, and that was 9 years ago. But love him or hate him, that's what he did, and that's where he's at. So, and I'm not your average Joe. That can be speculated, I guess. I mean, it is kind of an unaverage job to be selling trash to people, picking up trash, buying trash, things like that. But you guys keep getting me off track. If you remember the Game Boy. Oh, no. I went to a garage sale. I got the pop figure, like I said, for $5. It was a compliment. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. I'm not very good at compliments. I'm trying to work on that. I went to a garage sale and I walk up and I see a whole stack of boxes, just a stack of boxes. I'm like, what the? tootin' is that? Like, what the heck is that? And they turn around and this big box is open and black Sharpie written all over it saying POS for businesses or restaurants, and it said $1 each. I was like, wait a sec, $1 or $100 each? Because I was really confused. So I got up there and I look, and it's a Clover POS, point of sale tablet thing. And it's the thing that you like swipe your card or you insert your card and it goes into your computer and then you get paid that way. Now I'm thinking, what the heck? Why would you be selling it just for $1? I wanted to, it's always best to ask the people selling things if you're either going to be a reseller about it or if you're just interested in garage sailing as a whole and finding things for yourself. It's best to ask questions. So I asked, and she goes, well, her husband, like his work was getting rid of a bunch of these. And I'm like, okay, well, okay, what about it? Is there anything wrong with them? Are they broken? And she goes, no, they're brand new in box. And I examined them. They were all brand new in box. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, they're I saw they're $1 each, and she had 7 of them. I'm like, I'll just give you $10. I look them up. Amazon kind of is tricky because the title is these companies that have this Clover item, right? It's a Clover C310. It's a C301. If you want to look it up, it's a C301 from Clover. It's that tablet thing with the base, no pen, just where you insert the card and swipe. And I look it up on Amazon, and a lot of them that are selling them is just one seller on there. And in the title, it says, you know, sign up with us at blah, blah, blah for 0% financing or whatever it is. And I look, and that's the seller selling it. So the rank is really good at 500. But at the same time, I'm not 100% sure I should be purchasing it because that makes me kind of question it. But for $10, most of you all have lost $10 before, either gambling or scratch offs or something like that. So I'm thinking, it doesn't hurt to try. So I get it. I'm gonna sell it on eBay. I mean, just selling one, I've already made tons of money back. So I listed it, I think, at $300, really high up there, because that's going to be $1,800 if they all sell for what I'd like. If they don't, hey, that's still over $900 if they sell and if people want them. So yeah, I was quite shocked with that. So that was one of my stories. I have a whole bunch of others. You said you have footage of all the sales. You went to 2 cameras. I wear the sunglass cameras. My wife wears a GoPro. Now that's my question. My question is, which one's better? Should me personally, I mean, garage sales are slowly fizzling out because kids are going back to school. We maybe have 2 more weeks left of garage sales before people just kind of give up. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe they go into September. But I always wonder if I should get the GoPro or if I should get the sunglasses, because I don't know the quality of the sunglasses. That might be more expensive for that. But then the people won't question me about why the hell do I have a GoPro attached to my hat or my chest or wherever. So I mean, I could always put it on my phone or something like that, make it look like I'm FaceTiming somebody. But I don't think it really, to be honest, I don't know if it really takes away from the garage sailing video if you don't necessarily show all the stuff that the person had. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Again, I haven't done YouTube videos in a very long time. Me personally, I just showed the things that I found and then tell the story about how I found them, just like that story I just told you about those Clovers. So like I said, just spend, $10. Took me like 5 minutes to research the stuff. They had some other cameras I kind of looked up. They're overpriced, just like most people do. Just like gaming stuff, it's just kind of overpriced. But what's not overpriced, which I wanted to get to, is my Game Boy Color, that I actually took apart. I highly suggest, if you're going to sell or collect Nintendo products, to get a Y, I think they call it a Y screwdriver, because it has that Y. I don't know how people do that on YouTube. You know, the Y. The Y. The Y, you know. Everybody knows what the Y is. MCA. Duh. So anyways, you get one of these, and then you just unscrew the back, and then these are pretty easy to take apart, and just some soapy water to clean the outside. And then the isopropyl alcohol is really good for like the components and the start switches and things like that. And then just a regular Phillips head on the inside. Isopropyl alcohol is really good and really your friend when you want to clean devices like this. Do not take these labels off, even though that they look like crap. Collectors actually do like the label up here, and they like the label down here. You can get a replacement of this, but it's really difficult to find one of those. I personally have been playing this one. It's Metroid 2. I don't think I've ever played the first one, but this is when Samus comes back, because it says Return of Samus, you know. But anyways, I found that, and then just recently I was at Savers, which is now super far away. If you haven't seen my video before, but it was called The Demise of Savers, and sadly my closest Savers to me had to close down, which broke my heart quite badly, because I had a nice attachment to the place, to the workers, and everything like that. Love seeing your finds. All right, very cool. I am very open to showing as much as I can. I think it's better to do live stream with showing what I find, because then you can ask more questions about it. I might very soon be selling off my duplicates. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that or not, but I am kind of hurting for money. I have been since July, actually June. But yeah, it's been tough, but I really do like showing what I find, especially my video game stuff, because I'm gonna guess it's like 60 to 80% of my YouTube subscribers are from like gaming channels. I give a big thanks to Mike Can't Game. I know he's going to be changing his name soon, I believe, and I give him a big thank you for doing shout outs for me, you know, and I give big shout outs to him. And I think that's a really cool thing, is we can work off each other, because he wants to go to thrift shops and show you guys what he can find with like game stuff, and I want to show you what I find with game stuff, because I'm a collector of this. I will not sell that Game Boy. I think I bought it for like $15, something like that. I think it sells for maybe $25, but since I cleaned it, I couldn't part with it for less than, you know, $40. And I would put some games with it, you know, like I have a stack. This is just a few that I'll show you in a moment. We went to many different yard sales, 3 different Goodwill outlets: Tallahassee, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Illinois, and many other thrift stores in 7 days. I bet you are exhausted. I can only imagine. I've gone, I think I had an 8-hour day, and I went to maybe 6 different thrift shops, something like that. 6 to 8 different thrift shops, and I was exhausted. I mean, it's not just the, you know, walking around. It's you're driving there, and then you have to look up everything, or I look up mostly everything when I do go, because I want to make sure Am I wasting my time with this item or am I not? So that's pretty impressive. I cannot wait to see those videos. That is cool. So next, I went to Goodwill or Savers because they had a half off sale. And I was very excited to go, even though it was 30 minutes away. So I get there, I find absolutely nothing. I go up to the case and I find what looks like this sitting in there. This is kind of what I saw. So I could barely see what it was, but I knew it was a Game Boy and I knew it was a bunch of games. I'm like, okay, so I'll give it a shot. So I say, hey, can I check out the item in the case? She goes, well, you would have to ring the bell. And I'm like, no. I want to look at, no, I want to buy them because it was half off. So it was $50 for this. It was like a weird Game Boy and a bunch of games. And then there was a charger, just a basic generic charger for your, what do you call it? Charger for your devices and things like that. A portable charger. And it had this attached to it. And this lights up for some weird reason. And then this side was inserted into that Game Boy, which I'll put it in this one. So it was like that. So you could play your Game Boy with that charger, which is my guess on what they did. So this is what I found. I found a nice, I'm gonna guess like a purpley blue MGB001 Game Boy Pocket. I don't believe I ever had a Game Boy Pocket growing up. I believe my sister had a clear one growing up, but of course we didn't know any better and we always went to like Slackers and traded in our games and things like that. But yeah, I took this one apart. Before I took it apart, it did not work very well. Like the sound wasn't working. It was kind of finicky with the switch. So I took it apart. I put a ton of isopropyl alcohol inside the switch here, which was kind of loose. As you can hear now, it has that snap to it, you know, and now it works perfectly. And it sounds very, very good. I'm just very, very excited that I was able to clean that up. And it just, there's some flaws I could probably try and clean up. But overall, for $25 just for this thing, I think it goes for 15 or so. And the screen is actually much cleaner than this Game Boy Color. And this one's older, so I believe it was the Game Boy, like the big hunka chunka Game Boy, and then the Game Boy Pocket came out, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then the Game Boy Pocket Clear came out. Then the Game Boy Color. Then the Game Boy Color Clear, which this is the Atomic Purple. And then the Game Boy Advance came out. And then there was like a weird one in between. And then I think that's when all the DSs came out or something like that. There's a whole history of it, but I'm pretty sure this was like the first or second after the original Game Boy, because I don't know. I don't think this one plays in color. I think it's in black and white. Let me test it. Yeah, it's all in black and white. There's no back screen. Yep, all black and white. So it's still just as fun, and it sounds great. So the Metroid did not come with that one, but it did come with Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. And then Adventure Island. You can see that. There we go. And then a really strange one that I'm excited to play personally. It's called Wave Race. The Wave Race. Then there's like a, what is this? WWF. Oh my goodness, that's old school. With Hulk Hogan, featuring Steel Cage and tag team action. Oh my goodness. Adventure Island was a blast. I guess that's going to be my next game. It looks fun. A lot of these games aren't worth much, but I did clean them up. They weren't too destroyed. The main thing about a collector, which I'm such a, I guess, an amateur collector. I do know that the label sticker should be in good condition, because that's hard to find. These back plates you can get new ones, so these are kind of generic, but the front needs to be good. So it's very, very clean, like that. Again, isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna try that. Thank you, Michael Spear. So I would look into that. The best find, believe it or not, was a lot of 7 boxes craft kits. Wife picked up for $50 at Highway 127. Longest yard sale estimate value is over $1,000. Several eBay sold for $100 plus a kit. Holy cow. That's going to be some good money. And I'm sure they're not like too massive of boxes, so they'll probably pretty easy to ship out and not too heavy. Especially if you use like a large flat rate box, which is very, very nice, because I think it's like $12 to $14 now. I don't know. Prices of shipping go up. It doesn't bother me, honestly. People have asked me, they're like, since you're a seller, doesn't the increase bother you? I don't believe so. I think the thing is, you know, we all have to adapt, and that's just one thing that we have to adapt with. There's no need to, excuse my language, to bitch about it, because it's not going to do any good. Just like gasoline prices, you're still going to buy the gasoline. If you're going to bitch about it or not, you're still buying it. So instead of stressing yourself out and making you look like you're a complainer, just say, whatever, man. You got to roll with it. That's life, you know. If you're that upset about it, then just don't buy gasoline anymore and walk to work or something, or take a bike or carpool, or there's other options instead of just complaining. So, words of wisdom. In my old age, today, I'm getting older. In my old age, I try to have some type of wisdom, at least a little speck. I do try. I try my best. So, that's just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. I only have a few, but it's no use in complaining about things. Personally, I think I found a garage sale that had a bunch of craft stuff and like teacher things. There was a Cricut, couple pickers. You might understand what I'm saying. Like, it was like a Cricut thing. It like printed out emblems or something, stencil cutouts, and the brand was Cricut. I didn't know much about it. I just know I think it sold for $120, but they were selling it. I didn't deal with that, but I did buy a big nice camera from her. So that was a good deal. And a school TI 84 Plus, and it was white. So vinyl. No, I'm just trolling you, I know. All right, another one. Maybe Michael Spear knows. Alleyway. I don't know if you've heard of that. I will be playing that Adventure Island for sure. And then the iconic Super Mario Land, which it doesn't have that much value. I mean, maybe value to yourself, you know, but to a collector, they're like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's in okay condition. It's been used very, very much. Been loved very, very much. Been played. But that one was pretty cool to find all this for 25 buckaroos. Not sure if you have any info on this, but someone here is selling the original lawn darts with the original packaging. I haven't seen those in years. Oh, I think I've seen that before. Oh, someone here. Sorry, I thought you said someone on here. Yeah, I think I've seen those before in garage sales, just never thought about it. I did find a really cool item. This is why I need to film more garage sales. I'm telling you. I found a metal detector, so that was kind of cool. $60. It sells for like 140. I still need to test it out. I've been slacking. I need to get like a shovel, pooper scooper type thing. You enjoy most of the classics, especially with the NES and Game Boy era. I would have to agree, but I will say I never played the NES. I grew up when my family didn't have much money. Like, we weren't poor, but we didn't have a lot of money to just spend on whatever we wanted. But we did get the SNES, the Super Nintendo. So that was a lot of fun. And then the first ever Game Boy, like I said, my sister got the Game Boy Pocket. And then we got, not this exact one, or maybe it is. Wouldn't that be freaky? But we got this one. I actually had to buy a replacement battery cartridge, which was pretty cool. But the buttons sound pretty good. Yeah, I really like the handheld games. As you can tell, these are just some. I think I have 4 DSs, different colors. Some garage sales or places are selling them for like $35. I'm like, no, that's how much it sells for online. But yeah, these are really cool to have. I have a big stack. What I'm trying to do is clear off one of these shelves, 1 or 2 of these shelves, and display a bunch of my game systems and whatnot. But then that's going to take up space for eBay product. But I might be starting to do more and more less items, more expensive items on eBay, and sending most of my stuff into Amazon. So that would be a good, very good way of going about it. I also got Tetris, which Tetris and the Game Boy Pocket, I think, sold for $35. So I would get my money back very quickly. But again, I'm not really wasting my money. I think this is called an investment, because these things will start going up in price because people are going to buy them and they're going to break. There's going to be less and less on the market, and the prices will start going higher and higher. I hear you on the money situation. I mowed lawns in the summer and shoveled snow in the winter when I was younger in order to get my console and games. Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to grind, you know. I can't even I think I started working at Quiznos when I was 15. I think I got a work permit or something, 16. I think you were legally allowed to drive at 16. So I think I was 15 when I started working at the good old Quiznos. And I don't know if I played much games at that time. I probably should have, but yeah, it's crazy how expensive these things can be, and they're old, you know? Well, not too old. This one was 1998, because that's the Game Boy Color. I really want to switch. I heard that there is a new Switch that just came out. It's the exact same, but what they did was they changed a little component inside of it to make the battery life a little bit longer, like a 2-hour longer. It's the same price as the original Switch, but now the box is completely red. And they even did a side-by-side comparison of letting both of them just play brand new, fully charged, and the newer one lasted about 2.5 more hours. So it's the same battery and everything, same computing, everything. They just tweaked it on how they process the power. So I thought that was kind of interesting. 3 more items real quick. I want to just keep showing real quick until I'm done. RoboCop 2, not sure how rare that is, but these 2 made my day when I found them. I got Pokemon Red and Pokemon Yellow. And this brings me back to good old days. And I even remember vividly, I had a game. Hey, resellers for life. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. I haven't been on here in a very long time. And as the title says, I wanted to spend a little bit of my birthday here with everyone here, because it's really nice to chat with everybody. And I'm just showing off games and reminiscing, which is always very, very nice. Kind of like, I think YouTube's kind of like a campfire, if you think about it. A virtual campfire where we all get to, you know, sit around and chat and talk about God knows what without any judgment. Especially on my channel, man, no judgment, none. I just try and keep like cuss words to a minimum. If you want to say cuss words, that's fine. But I do know I have like some 13-year-olds that come in here and hang out because I do frequent Mike Can't Games channel, which is a lot of gaming, and some of them come over here and hang out, and they're 13, 14, 15 years old. I just don't want to be too like, ooh, that's too much. You know what I mean? Cuss words here and there, no big deal. Racism, not okay. But you get what I'm saying. Watch your P's and Q's. We're just at a bonfire. We're having fun. We're all sitting around and we're just talking. I try not to be the ringleader, which is why I love my chat, where people can just talk about whatever they want. You know, just say hi to everybody, just to meet each other. And, you know, if you want to plug your Instagrams or social medias or whatever, that's fine. But back to what I was saying with the Game Boy of the Pokemon. I got Pokemon Blue, I believe, and Red. I don't know what the real difference was, besides the color, duh. But I had a neighbor that I said, I think I lost my Pokemon game. He's like, no, I haven't seen it. I'm thinking, that's a complete lie. Unless I really did lose it, because I couldn't find it anywhere. Watch when I move house, I'll find it somewhere. Or maybe she did steal it. I don't know. I don't want to come to conclusions or things like that. But yeah, this one's in fantastic condition. It's a really good idea to like look inside of the little thingy things. I'm not even thinking right. But yeah. And a side note, I wanted to buy myself something that I don't normally buy, because I thought it would be cool. I got A&W cream soda. Now, the reason why I don't buy this, I looked on the back here. People love the Pokemon. Oh, they love the Pokemon. Oh my goodness, you are right. I can't find it, but I bought a whole bunch of DS games of Pokemon that are incredibly expensive. Yeah, they're all in their case. One of them is used and it sells for $67. It's like Emerald Sapphire or something. I don't know. I'm going, holy cow. And that's for like 3DS XL or something. I don't know. But anyways, I treated myself to the soda. And I see why people shouldn't drink it a lot. Not only is there 290 calories, oh, but it's low sodium. So no big deal, no big deal. Just 115 with 77 carbs and 76 sugar. Oh my goodness. Included 76 added sugars. So what's that? 152 grams of sugar? Is that right? 152% your daily allotted. I don't know, but I decided to get it and I thought it would be kind of cool to enjoy, because it brings back good times. It just means I'm going to have to work out 10 times harder tomorrow. Yeah, that's always good time. That's some good stuff. A little bit of ASMR there. So I went to a shop called The Greatest Shop, and they got like CBD oil and things like that. Good to treat yourself. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, every once in a while it doesn't hurt. But if you're drinking that every day, like 2 of those, I've known some people that drink 2 of those a day. Ooh, that's a lot of sugar. Like, my teeth are already hurting from that. But I got a cool shirt from The Greatest Shop. I go in there, I get these cigarette, like, CBD things. I had this cool shirt for free. So I'm like, hey, I got something free for my birthday. So that was kind of cool. Little shout out there. But I don't know. I don't know what else has been really new now that I'm thinking about it. What's been new with everybody else, I should say. I'll move that to the side. Instead of me always talking, what's new with all you? Or what do you want to know? What do you want to hear? Because that's why I'm here. I want to chat with you all and see what you're all up to. If you're excited, I know I said this earlier, if you're excited for school or anything like that. Nice, I do the same thing with the CBD cigarettes. See? That's what I'm saying. I think they're really good. They're very expensive, but I do it every once in a while. I'm not even a smoker of cigarettes at all, like tobacco. But every once in a while, it's not bad. I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions, and I know smoking's not very good, but CBD really does help calm me down. THC is illegal in my state, so I do not condone illegal use of marijuana unless you are in a state that allows you to do so. Right next door to my state, they will be making it recreational. So I don't know. I may or may not go over there and enjoy. They are, but they do help. Yeah, in those stressful situations, just whenever you're stressed, it's just like taking a drink. You have a drink and you enjoy, but I'm trying not to drink. Not really trying not to. I just don't want to drink. Always bad situations when I do drink and I feel like crap the next day. So. Your wife and you went to Reno. They have the cleanest, most organized thrift shops you have ever seen. I would never have thought that, but that kind of makes sense because they have like touristy stuff. I think the question is, are they overpriced though? Resellers are for life. I wonder if they're overpriced. Or do you think they're like reasonably priced, like a Goodwill or a Savers or Salvation Army or St. Paul de Vincent, St. Vincent de Paul? You know what I'm saying? I think Reno would be really fun to go to. You'll most certainly smell that good when you're in Vegas. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I've never been there, but they have good prices. Very cool. I mean, I'm gonna guess probably like trash dumpster diving. I would be a little weary of doing that in that area because that's another bunch of videos I've seen on YouTube of people doing that. But yeah, thrift stores, I mean, some places are very, very good and some places are not. I follow a guy named Resale Rabbit, and he said he used to live in Indiana and he loved Indiana because there were so many thrift shops. So might as well go take a trip, which is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So that will be a very, very fun time for me. Because I've been there before and it's just different foods too. Nothing wrong with St. Louis. It's just St. Louis. I mean, when you think of Indianapolis, you're like, oh yeah, the Colts. That's the first thing that comes to mind for most people. They're like, oh yeah, the Colts. Indianapolis. Oh, cool. Indianapolis Raceway. Indy 500. Okay, cool. But when you think of St. Louis, most people don't think of, oh, the Cardinals. They're more like, oh, the big arch thing. Oh, the big Black Lives Matter fiasco. At least that's what I think. I don't know. What do you all think when you think of St. Louis? Like, good, bad? The sports teams? Because like I said, when I think of different places, I go immediately to like sports teams or things that maybe have happened there or the location. You know, if I think of Tennessee, I think of like beautiful trees and nice country land and the accents. That's the first thing that comes to mind, you know, or Michael, I think you said Nebraska. That goes to like kind of country land. I know it's not country land, but like trees and just enjoyable fresh air, less city life, no drama. Cause I don't hear much drama from there. Just like what's the one below Kansas? Oklahoma. I don't hear too much about that. But then when you start thinking of like North Carolina, you're like, oh, okay. I don't know much about North Carolina. Then you go to Colorado and you're like, oh yeah, weed. What? No, they have mountains too. Duh. And the Rockies. And they have Rocky Road. Isn't that where Rocky Road was discovered? Maybe. Now I want ice cream. Oh man. What do I do to myself? They're talking about something that doesn't have to do with any food, and then I'm over here wanting ice cream. Oh man. Yes, sir. I'm unfortunately stuck in Omaha, but we'll be trying to get a place outside the city soon. Okay, so I mean, I don't think Nebraska's bad. I don't think it's good. I think it is just Nebraska, just like St. Louis is just St. Louis. I don't think anybody should like. I don't think any specific place that you live is good or bad because both of them it is either good and bad. I guess unless you think of like I don't know what's that one in California, Inglewood or something like that. Like that has a connotation of like rap and bad gangs and things like that that happen there that really shouldn't. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So I just have been on here for a good hour. 4 people are watching. I truly appreciate that. That is quite a lot. I was not expecting that many for being away for so long, you know. You missed the mountains of Arizona though. Oh, Arizona would be so nice. They don't have winter. Oh, I would love that. I hate winter so much. So much. Oh, I get the depression and all that lovely stuff. You live there for years, and Nebraska is just that Nebraska. Right. So it's nothing bad, nothing good. I think it's more like country esque land, like very, very nice, scenic routes, probably hiking and things like that. But the fall colors in Nebraska are gorgeous. Yeah. See, that's where my mind goes when I think of Nebraska. It's like the pretty trees and hiking and trails and like 60, 70-degree weather and Fahrenheit. I did have somebody from here in Canada, which was really fun because I got to learn a lot. You know, like 30 degrees Celsius is really, really hot. I think that's like 97 degrees. So when you're taking your temperature, you want to be like 30 or something. I don't know. Or if you're a movie guy, Children of the Corn. Yeah. Oh, there's corn everywhere here too. I think Missouri is well known for their soy production. Soy? I think. Soy and corn. Of course, they want to produce a lot of corn because it's all in your drinks too. Like this carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup. And then, of course, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, kind of like BHT. BHT is not very good for you, which I'm sure that's in there as well. I don't know. I just wanted to get it. Like I said, my tooth hurts from it, so I'm like, oh, that's too much sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So, yeah. I think this is just really cool getting all this on here and chit chatting with everybody. And yeah, I really want to do more and more of this because this is fun. Yeah, this is cool. You can do like giveaways. Now I'm running out of stuff to talk about now, huh? I like these little things. Like that little zombie guy chasing me. Or a super chat. Which I don't have super chat. So this is nice. I miss chatting with you. I've missed chatting with you as well. I try and get on My Can't Games channel, and we all have our own conversations as he's playing games, which is always fun too. I do get on Discord, but not as much as I should. I am on Instagram, so if you don't hear from me, I'm on Instagram, so that's cool. Did you do anything fun for your birthday, or did I miss that part? Love the beard. Oh, why I think I hit golf balls and went bowling with my dad. I think that was a lot of fun. I really hurt myself on Sunday. I went biking for 40 miles. That took me 2 hours and 37 minutes. My average speed was like 15.3 miles per hour, which is incredibly fast for that. And then, yeah, my shin just hurts very, very bad. But I still hit golf balls, and that was a lot of fun. I like hitting golf balls with him. We need to go play soon. The weather's getting nice here, so we will probably be going to play more golf very soon. Probably up until October. October, you can still do that. It's still pretty nice. Good ride, thank you. Oh, I was so stupid. I was severely dehydrated. I had like two 32-ounce bottles of water in my on my bike, and I went through them both, and then even loaded up a half of one, a little bit at the end, and I'm just like, this sucks. This is not good. This is very dangerous. And I was feeling sick. I wasn't sweating anymore, so I felt like what is that called? Heat exhaustion, but I wasn't hot. But I just didn't have any fluids in me, and that's very, very dangerous. People can pass out and die from that, you know? Yeah, oof. And so I got home, drank some pickle juice, and then went out to a little taco joint called Fuzzy's. It's kind of like Taco Bell and kind of like Del Taco, if that makes sense. But it's a little more less fast foody, I guess. I can't say foodie too loud or my cat will be knocking on my door going, I need some foodies. So I got some like chips and salsa and nachos. And then later today we went bowling. And the lanes were really, really bad because my dad isn't a professional, but he bowls on a league. And the lanes didn't have a lot of oil on them, so his ball didn't react the way he did. But I think my highest game was 185 today. It wasn't too bad. But I don't bowl much. That's another thing. Which is probably what I should probably do in the wintertime when there's nothing to do, when we all just sit inside and eat and gain weight and drink. Guess that's not really a good option to have when I struggle from SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder, which I think like 80% of people do. And that's like anytime you don't get to go outside and get to, it's just seasonal affective disorder. Like right now, I'm not depressed. I'm feeling good. This is, I love it. I love being outside. I don't care if I'm sweating my butt off. I'm okay with that. Unless it gets to that serious dehydration, which I was just talking about. But yeah, that was pretty bad. Pretty bad. But what I was saying is earlier, if you ever want to get a hold of me, just find my Instagram, and I always respond or see what people are saying. That's always so happy to hear that you're feeling great. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're checking in on me. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm okay. I just haven't done a lot of videos. I know I need to, but at the same time, it's not my job, if that makes sense, you know? Like, YouTube isn't my job. And if it was, then I would be putting out content all the time. I enjoy putting out content, don't get me wrong, for sure. Um, but it's just, I don't know, it's hard to explain to somebody, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just one of those things. I'll get back to doing more. I think my issue is I just run over the time that I try and have for myself. I'm currently at an hour and 7 minutes. I'm probably going to wind this up in about another 7 minutes, so an hour and 15 minutes should be good. Um, to just chit chat about whatever you want. You guys are actually in control, so if you want me to go even longer, then let's talk about something, or you all can talk. My chat's very quiet. It's okay if you guys want to just talk. You can talk about anything. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what you want to see in the next videos. Ask me questions. I am just here. And it's just kind of weird because I feel like a circus ringleader. Like I am the head of everything. And it's not uncomfortable, but it's different, if that makes sense. Like I'm not used to being the center of attention, if that makes sense. Like I want other people to chat and be joining in, you know. We haven't made a video in at least a couple months. The same thing with me. I haven't made a video probably exactly 2 months since I donated my hair, and it's been growing out since. So I mean, it's been a very long time. Maybe a month, 2 months. I'm not sure. So it's like that's the frustrating part of YouTube is the starting out. How is it worth your grind? Is it putting out videos every day without seeing any results? How long can you do that? I think that's the thing that YouTube is as a beginner. And that's the frustrating part because me, I would say a very big beginner, 200 subscribers, 100 videos, the ratio's off. That's really strange. 98% of people that view my videos are not subscribed to me at all. 98%. I can see the stats. I'm not stupid, and it allows me to see those stats. So it's like 98%. That's outrageous. After all the views that I see, I have like 7,000 views. So in that retrospect, I should have like 2,000. Wait, I'm doing the math wrong. If I have 200 subscribers, 2% of everybody that watches me is 200. So I should have like 2,000 subscribers, right? Yeah, something like that. Oh, this light kills me. Give me a sec. All right, I'm good. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. Like I was saying, is I don't know where I should take YouTube. I enjoy it. It's fun. I really do like the interactions with all my YouTube friends. I think that's really cool. And that I get to be creative. But at the same time, if I had to choose work on eBay or make a YouTube video, well, currently I'm going to work on eBay, sadly, because eBay is going to make me money and pay off all this debt that I have. And sadly, that's why YouTube gets pushed aside. Now, these people that have over 1,000 subscribers and are monetized, that I can understand why they push out videos. I can understand, not only to get noticed, but, they get paid per those clicks. But again, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if YouTube's broken for the baby YouTubers, the starting out YouTubers like me with 200 subscribers, and 98% of them are viewers are not subscribing. Like, is there something wrong with that? I don't understand. We have over 20 videos and only like 120 views and 11 subscribers. Yeah, see that's That's the thing, and it's frustrating. That's why I don't know. There is no like right or wrong thing about how to do this. Um, like I said, I think it's all about grinding. And if you are willing to just keep putting out those videos time after time after time, it might just click and more people will view. Not to compare myself, and some people hate this guy, but PewDiePie put out 2 videos every single day for 7 days a week. 365, 2 videos a day. And I'm going, I guess he really did like it. I mean, 9 years ago, he only had 100 subscribers. And you're at 11 subscribers. So there must be something with, like, I guess we have to learn YouTube algorithm and stuff like that on how to get noticed, because some of these YouTubers that have millions of subscribers have terrible videos, absolutely god awful. Like, that doesn't make sense why they're getting these videos or these views, but they're being recommended, and that's the thing. I don't think I've ever had any of my videos recommended, and if they did, then that's perfect. That's why I have so many views. But again, it's that turnover rate that's an issue. It's just, just don't get it. Excuse me. Oh, very cool. Yeah, so let's go to like last month, July. 537 views. Of course it's down. Um Views are down because of course I'm just not putting out content. Um but it's like I don't let me go to let's go to second quarter this year. That was when I was most active. Well, one of them. I had watch time 8,000 minutes of watch time. 8,000 minutes. Views 3,200 views. And 98% are not subscribed. That's outrageous. Outrageous. My likes are down 177. So it's like it's such a mess. I mean, I think that's another reason why I just kind of quit with YouTube, because the social media platform is enjoyable when you're there, when you have everything that's interesting and tons of people are wanting to see it. I like seeing what people find. Yeah, that I think I do that too. um but the main reason why I did my YouTube channel is because I didn't like how people presented that, if that makes sense. Like, I watched a lot of resellers and things like that, and it just kind of got on my nerves with how they acted. Like, they were kind of snooty about it. I'm just going, oh, no, please don't be like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It's just a feeling I get. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're not, but it's that weird feeling like you're better than me. I think how I present it is more like, hey, look at my excitement. I'm excited I found this. Mainly with the video game things. I'm keeping this, Like, you know how hard it is to find these Pokemon things for super cheap? It's ridiculous. Now it says that we have 14 subscribers and 150 views. Yeah, it's nuts. It's always updating. It takes forever to be correct. So it's you got to take it with a grain of salt. I think if you want your main these big YouTubers, I don't think they ever focus on being super popular because I guess they just have their day. But some of them have been working for like 10 years, like I said, 10 years to make just 1 million subscribers. That sounds terrible, to be honest. 10 years of working for 1 million subscribers. When you get Mr. Beast that comes along, and he's probably been working 5 years, but he explodes and he has big YouTubers already out there that already worked their 10 plus years to get more subscribers than you can think of. And they're giving shout outs to Mr. Beast, and he's getting all this money for doing the stuff and the outrageous acts that he does. Even if they're real or fake, I don't think it matters. We're going to be making videos again when we get situated in the new place. Yep, I think life comes first, for sure. I think life comes first because you got to take care of you first before you can take care of YouTube or your business or anything like that, for sure. Because if your life isn't, being having all your attention or the majority of your attention, everything else will not fall into place. Like if you're unhealthy and you have chronic headaches or stomach aches or something's physically wrong with you and you need to go to the doctor, if you don't feel well, you're not going to perform well with your business. If I don't feel well, I don't want to go out and thrifting. I don't want to go to garage sales. That's why I needed to take a little break and go, okay, I need to take care of myself. I need to eat a little bit better. I need to be a little more active. And so I did. And then everything just falls into place. And there's no shame in taking care of yourself or going to a doctor and saying, hey, man, something's wrong with me. Something's wrong with me. So that's my 2 pennies, 2 cents on that subject. So it's just how I think. Just interesting that I don't. It's just I don't know. I don't even know how to put words into it. I don't think reselling type of videos are gonna be as popular as you may think. I can't even think of a reseller that has 1 million subscribers, to be honest. I can think of a few that have like 150 pushing it. So that's why if I wanted, your passion has to bring you out and do the work. So I guess that's what I do. I do real talk when I do my live streams, I just want to put it out there, and if people agree, then they agree. If they don't agree, then I like to hear what you have to say. I'm that person that will debate about something, and if you say a good point, I'm actually going to agree with your good point. That makes sense, like I was at the gym and I was talking to a lady about Monsanto, and I was saying that I disagreed with how they produce their plants and the chemicals that they use and how that's making people sick and how some of that stuff is making people more obese or this and that, and how they're genetically modifying foods. And I said I don't agree with Monsanto in that way. And then her side was, well, back in the 60s we didn't have that many people, so then Monsanto came around and started mass producing more food for more people so people can eat, so they can have more food. But the weird thing, another aspect you can go into this is say, why do we have so many hungry? Why do we have so many, people that want food and can't afford food or get food even though we have Monsanto doing that? You think personally helps? I think personality helps as well. Yeah, that's very true. Almost like a YouTube personality versus real life. Kind of acting a bit like, yeah. I think I can agree with that. But the weird thing is with me, I'm just me. I don't really act too much differently than I am in real life. Maybe a little more talkative, maybe a little more outgoing with what I say without any, like, people can understand what I'm saying, I guess. You hate Monsanto, and Bayer is now doing the same thing. See, that's what I'm saying. But me hating them and then her giving a good point, like we were kind of debating, but not. Her good point was we have a lot of people to feed, a lot of people to feed. How are we going to do all that? We're going to run out of land. If spinach is going to take a week to grow naturally with natural pesticides and whatnot, or if you use genetically modified spinach, that's going to take 2 days, and then you can do that over and over and over for 2 days, you're going to feed more people. You're going to get it out on the table more. So it's just kind of frustrating, That's why I like chatting with you versus the YouTube personalities. I appreciate that, for sure. I like that we can all just talk about anything and nobody gets, I guess, butt hurt about it. Because, again, I like to be in control with my chat, with my stream, with my channel. Because if it goes out of hand, you know what? All I can do and what I can do is just close it down. Sorry. Like, I want to hear everybody's opinions on things because we all have one, but be respectful. So I agreed with what that lady was saying, that it's best to get that food out as much as you can, but at the same time, it's not good because they're using chemicals and crap that's killing us. So that's why it's a debate. So it's like, oh man, and I thought to myself, is there anything I can debate about where I can believe in fully and not agree to the other side? And I talked to my dad about that, and he goes, recreational marijuana. And I'm like, no shit. Recreational marijuana. I could agree with that and have one side and not really take what another argument about not having recreational marijuana would do. I don't think I could ever, I don't know. I think Bayer did buy out Monsanto for sure. I think so. You grow your food. I started an indoor garden as well. Herbs, lettuce, and microgreens. I'm not sure what microgreens are. I know I sound ignorant about that, but that's why I ask. Microgreens. I think that's like kale, spinach, things like that. And tomatoes, cucumbers, and green beans in the outdoor garden. That's awesome. That's awesome. I have a jalapeno plant. I'll tell you a big old story about that if we want to go off tangent, which is already past time that I said, which is fine. And then we have baby tomatoes that we have a huge garden that we grow every year. But one day we had a bad storm and we had like this little anchor hook, like decorative frog thing or whatever, like a shepherd's hook type of thing, very small. And it was in the plant because the potted plant, and peppers too. Yeah. And it blew over. My plant blew over because it wasn't supporting it enough. And it was already a big, like, probably an inch in diameter for the stalk of this jalapeno plant. And it already produced baby ones, like very little peppers, about that size. And it blew over. So I went outside. I stood it back up to try and get it just standing back up for a second so I can go get a stake or something to put in the pot and then tape it around there. As I stood it back up, I turned around and it started falling, and it fell and snapped the stem off in half. But there was a root that was still connected. So I didn't want to give up on it. And less than 5 minutes, the leaves just wilted so very, very quickly. And I was very upset because I had a good friend that gave it to me. So what I did was I put it back on top, just like it was, put the stake in and put some electrical tape because that's all I really had. I didn't have any string, which tape works. I even found out that you can use like super glue sometimes when you're, I forget what it's called. Splicing. I think it's called splicing. You take one type of plant, like a different cherry plant, another one you put the twig, whatever. But now, after I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, it's producing vegetables now. I guess a jalapeno pepper is a vegetable. Like tomatoes a fruit, but anyways, you know what I mean. Microgreens are plants that are harvested when the first true leaves are grown, packed full of nutrients. Well, that sounds good. That's what I need to do. I need to start eating more veggies. I eat a lot of fruits, like strawberries and blueberries and bananas and peaches. Peaches from me. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free. That's glad to hear I lost half my sunflowers 2 days ago to a nasty windstorm. Yeah, that's the rough part. I mean, nature sucks sometimes. And sunflowers, I'm gonna guess you harvest the seeds and you make sunflower seeds, right? Essentially. When I lived in my apartment, it was a hill, and I was on the second considered floor. But if you walked right out, it would be the first floor. And if you walked down the stairs, it would be the second floor. Love the Presidents of America. Great happy music. That's right. Peaches in a can. I can't sing worth a damn. So the neighbor below me had a sunflower. I don't know if it was a like a certain kind or something, but it started growing. It was massive, just massive sunflower, and it was right almost touching my hearing noises, almost touching the bottom of my deck. It was ridiculous how tall these things can get. It's really crazy. But they produce a lot of seeds. It's really, really cool. Very, very cool. Oh, I don't know if I shared this, but I found this item. Can you guess what this is? Anybody can take a guess. I don't have any like cool points to give you, but I don't know. Really cool. There's a little timer on there, like a punch. Every time you push down, it changes. That's the bottom. Yeah, 10 feet. That's almost a second story. I think it's like 14 feet or something like that. This says Commercial Controls Corporation, Rochester 2, New York. Stamp? Yes and no. Yes, I would say yes. I think you're right. It's a multi-post. So this was back in, oh, I forget where the date is. 1903? Model 35. Yeah, there's a ton of patents. 3, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 patents on there. Numerical stamp? No, I think you're right with the stamp though. They would put a round of stamps in here with the key. This was a commercial one with a little timer. So since 1903 or so, there has been 95,852 stamps, plungers on this, where what it does is it takes the stamp from here and like brings it down here and it pushes it into the device. And you could purchase one of these, but it didn't have the little like lock here, because why would you need a lock? This is an anti-theft device back in the day, I think in 1902, 1903, something like that, multi-post. But just the history of this is outrageous with 95,852 little stamps. That's outrageous. It actually sells for about $100, and I got it for $2. I haven't sold it yet, or I should say listed it yet, but oh man, the history on this. I like the produce dating stamp guns. No, like the post office, like the United States Postal Service office. Back in the day, the multi-post. I would have to try and find a picture of it, but like a postcard, and they would have little paper stamps in a roll in here. And then I think the counter thing, you would write down what the counter thing is on there before your shift, and you would use that. And it says, don't strike push. Because if you strike it, it can damage it. And if you push, there's like little metal teeth inside. Yeah, it's really cool. I've seen old stuff like that. Yeah. This is the oldest thing I've ever had my hands on. And I don't think it's a replica because there's no way to change that number. I've never found a way to change that. I can only make it go up. I'm guessing maybe 30 of them are people messing with it in the store. Too bad I don't have a key to open it up and see the components inside, but oh man, I don't know what to do with it. I think this is really cool. I might keep it because my dad actually has a stamp collection, and I think that would add a ton of value to his stamp collection. I don't even know how much his is worth. Maybe $8,000, $10,000. I don't know. One stamp was hand stamped and signed and all that good stuff is worth like $600 when he got it appraised. So I can only imagine how much it's worth now. Because the price increase. If you buy a stamp now, a stamp booklet, let's say it's $10. Now, if that's a wanted stamp booklet, it's probably like $50 now. So that's 3 times, let's just say 3 times the amount. So if he paid, let's say he paid over the years of like 50 years, he paid $5,000. That's a $15,000 worth book of stamps. Like, it's nuts. That's why, I don't know. I think the history of the post office is really cool. I went to downtown St. Charles, which is in Missouri, like almost central Missouri, kind of. 40 minutes west of St. Louis. I know it was our first capital, and then I went to Jefferson City. And I was walking around last night, and I looked over, and there is a post office there, and there's a ton of steps to walk up in there, and I'm like, man, I can only imagine carrying a bunch of boxes to go to your post office where 1950s 1960s, and you're trying to like ship something to somebody, you're carrying them up all those steps. Now we have automatic doors that open for us, and all we do is set it down on the table and say, here you go, because we already bought all the shipping labels for it on our computers at home. So it's really interesting to see where we come from, especially from the 1980s to the 2000s, on how explosive electronics have become. Like cell phones, holy crap, that's nuts. Their cell phones were like $1,200 back then. Ridiculous, because they were new. Now I think the Note 10 is $1,150, something like that, for the Note 10 Plus. It's outrageous. I don't know. I rock my old Note 5 for like 4 years now. Like, the technology of that phone is worth and able to survive maybe 2 more years. The battery's just crap, because you can't change out the batteries anymore, which is a very smart thing for the manufacturer to do to make you forced to get a new battery. So that is me just rambling, and I'm going to get off of here because I am getting tired and hungry. I want to go eat some blueberries and strawberries and some whipped cream because it's my birthday and I don't like cake. Well, I like cake. My body doesn't like cake. I may go to a gluten-free restaurant thing. It's really, really cool what they can do. If you're gluten-free or if you have an intolerance to gluten and it makes you ill. A lot of people for sure. Yeah, it does sound very good. I will probably do that. But this place has like gluten-free cupcakes and breads and anything that's breaded or bready that uses flour will be gluten-free at this place. So it's a really cool place. It's a little expensive because it's in the Richie Rich neighborhood. But ooh, cupcakes. So good. When I haven't had cupcakes in forever without the worry of being sick the next day. Glorious. Glorious, glorious. That's why I wonder why people can eat, 6 Krispy Kreme donuts and then they're like, oh, I feel like crap. Well, no shit, man. I don't think you should ingest that much gluten, whatever else. I don't think that's good for you. So I digress. I went way over an hour of what I was wanting to do, which is fine, which I really do enjoy talking with all of you. I will most likely try and get more videos out, maybe on this trip, or maybe I might just enjoy the trip. I think that might be good. Thanks for chatting longer than you wanted. As always, I enjoy your time, as I appreciate yours and coming over to my channel. I will probably talk with you more, Michael, on my Can't Games channel. So you brought me good luck, just made a sale. Hey, that's good. I don't know. I made a small sale today. $10. Not too bad. 10 more bucks than I had before, right? Yeah, be some type of positive. Night and happy birthday. Thank you so much, Joanna. I appreciate that. And that looks like a balloon, but looks like a rose on that with a stack of pancakes on that one. It looks like, but I know it's not because it looks like a cake and then a horn blowing out unicorn poop. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Sounds good. Have a great rest of your birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I will all talk to you later. Now I have to figure out how to end this. So thank you so much. I will see you later, and have a good night. Bye.